ahead with the explanation and.
Okay, I'll just restart it then.
Okay, so.
Right.
I just want to do a quick, like, 2-minute overview, and then you can get back to teaching.
Okay, yeah, I think just starting the demo is the easiest way to do it. So, are you going to be able to hear me with that? Do I need to hold this? No? Okay. All right, so my name's Matt Hyra. I'm the designer of Hot Rod Creeps, and this is a card-driven racing game. It comes with over 50 track tiles, which you can customize your own track. There's a big stack of extras right over there. This is a demo size. All of the corners, when you can swing left or right, so you can, make your track however you want. I could fill this whole table if I wanted to with track. Now, there are 6 teams in the game. Each team has a slightly different theme to it. And each team has their own deck of 20 cards. Now this deck also doubles as your gas tank. And you'll notice numbers on these cards that range in value from 1 to 5. That is how far you move on your turn. There is text on the cards, and you do the text before you move because sometimes the text will actually change how far you move, okay? So there's a few different ways to generate movement, and the easiest way to do that is to just play a card from your hand, all right? You read the text box, and then you move your card that far, okay? Now, if you don't have any cards in your hand, but you still want to move, you can just leave it up to chance and say, I'm just going to flip the top card, and devil may care, right? So, read the text box, do what it says, but you're don't have as much control over what's going on, okay? Another way to generate movement is if you have at least one card in your hand, you can use the powerful but dangerous Nitro deck. That has cards that range in value from 6 to 9, but there's a couple surprises in there too that you may not like. Now, nitrous oxide is dangerous to use, so you got to be careful. But sometimes speed just wins, right? Finally, in order to get some cards in your hand to use Nitro and whatnot, you can just, instead of moving, just draw 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's your turn, okay? Now, if you notice here on the track, there are several little doohickeys on the track over here and little corner markers. So these are upgrades and hazards, or not upgrades, these are little bonus spots. So if it has green text, it is a good thing to land on. If it has red text, like an oil slick, that is bad to land on. Also, you'll notice these little red lines on that board. Those are corner markers, corner lines. So when you move from one side of a corner to the other, you have to check your speed. And your speed is basically the number that on the card that you played, not how far you went, okay? So that can matter. So if you play a small card that has big movement, it's better for cornering, all right? But if you are going at that speed or higher, like if you're going around this corner at speed 4 or higher, you're gonna take 2 damage. Damage means you discard cards out of your hand. If you don't have any cards in your hand, you lose them off the top of your deck. And that's your gas tank depleting, okay? To refill your gas tank, you're gonna wanna get to a pit stop. Pit stops, you can do one of 2 things. Either gas up, which means shuffle your discard pile and your deck together to refill your tank, or you can draw an upgrade. And if you look on the sheet here, you'll notice that there's 4 upgrade slots: weapons, engines, wheels, and pit crews. And you can fill up with 4 upgrades. There's 12 different upgrades in each stack. They're all unique. So you can upgrade your vehicle to be able to shoot people with weapons, go fast with engines. Pit crews give you bonuses when you hit pit stops, and wheels give you bonuses when you draft. Drafting is what happens when you land on another person's hot rod. So let's say I was the aliens and I moved 2, I would go 1, 2. Only 1 hot rod per space, so I would actually draft past them into the next space. That, when you draft somebody, wheels give you an upgrade, all right? Finally, the jump, it's a crowd favorite. There's 2 different hazards for the jump: the flaming ring of fire and the shark tank. If you land in those, you're gonna take a penalty there. The flaming ring of fire, you'd burn 6 cards off your tank. The shark tank, discard an upgrade, then take 3 damage, all right? So, and those count as spaces on the board. So if you're on the ramp here, it takes at least 3 spaces to get across the jump, all right? And that is a pretty good overview. So there you are.
Thank you very much. When can we expect this game in stores?
Well, here at PAX, we do have some of our preview copies that we had air shipped over. We started the sale at Gen Con. We are almost out, but there are a few left at PAX. But otherwise, it'll be in stores in about 6 weeks.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you for your time.